Chapter 1 of Brant Pitre's Introduction to the Spiritual Life it deals with vocal prayer particularly. As we mentioned in the introduction, vocal prayer is communicating with God. It's using our words to speak with Him. It's important to understand that every type of prayer, every stage of prayer is necessary in the spiritual life. Right? It is important that you learn to crawl before you learn to walk, and most especially before you learn to run. And so it's very important to not skip steps in the spiritual life, but first to learn vocal prayer. Vocal prayer is very important, it's very useful. Vocal in prayer includes speaking words to God, lifting your heart to God, and offering a sacrifice to God. That no matter how you pray, whether it's a recitation of a memorized prayer, the recitation of scripture, or spontaneous prayer from the heart and of the mind, that in all of those I'm speaking to God, I'm lifting my heart to God, and I'm offering a sacrifice of praise to my God. Throughout the Gospels, Jesus practices vocal prayer himself. He enters into vocal prayer by reciting psalms, by quoting psalms, by alluding to psalms when he speaks to the Father. Frequently, he's speaking out loud. I think probably the most famous spontaneous prayer that the Lord has is in the Garden of Gethsemane, as he goes through his agony before he endures his passion and death. That he goes through this agony in the garden, and he speaks to the Father from his heart. Father, let this cup pass from me, but not my will be done, but yours. Jesus even teaches us to recite the Our Father, as a way of coming to know God. He gives us the prayer. If he did not want us to engage in vocal prayer, he would not provide us vocal prayer. And yet, that's exactly what he does. He gives us the words to pray, to memorize, and to pray often. The Mass itself is a gift from Jesus. Jesus instituted the Eucharist. Jesus gave us the pattern of the Last Supper. Jesus gave us the pattern of Thanksgiving. Jesus gave us this Mass, which is, on the surface of it, even the Mass is this idea of vocal prayer. That I speak to God, that we together speak to God. All throughout Christian tradition, the Church has called us into this life of vocal prayer. That we follow the model of Jesus by reciting prayers that he taught us, by reciting the Psalms, and by speaking spontaneously from within our own hearts. Right? If Jesus himself did it, well, then we must. A disciple is not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. It is enough for the disciple to be like his teacher, and the servant to be like his master. Vocal prayer is important and plays an integral role in the life of the Christian.